in line every time. What you wanna do? If I send an Eddie, baby girl, is you coming through? Stand 2 times in the streets, we gon' make it happen. Pull it to the spot, baby girl, we can get it cracking.
Welcome to the YoungGeniusSports podcast. We lit, we here, we back.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this is exciting, man. This is exciting. It's always exciting when you got co-hosts like my guy, Miguel 2 times. Dream Chasing Pod is in the building. What's good, Dream Chasing Pod? What's good?
I'm glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put on a show, man. Have a good time, man.
Hey, Miguel is on. We had to throw the Miguel tracks on. You know what I'm saying? We got the Miguel music going. Let's get right into it, man. Let's go. We got a great show docket for you guys. A great show itinerary for you guys. Let's get it started. I mean, where you want to start with it? Let's get right into it.
And we're going into, you know what I'm saying, big matchups in the game set. Let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, the Spurs and the OKC.
Let's get right into it. Wemby, SGA, Spurs, Thunder, legacy games for 2 all-time greats, right? That's what people are telling me Wemby is and Wemby's going to be. I see it too. I can see what they're talking about with it. But there comes a certain expectation when we talk about GOAT and all-time great that Wemby, even though he's young, I don't know. Is it time that we hold him to these standards? Let's get into it. Let's get excited. The fans are excited. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's get right into it. So, Wemby, SGA, legacy game 7. Obviously, SGA didn't show up in the way that we wanted him to in game 6 as a 2-time MVP. Wemby didn't show up in game 5 as we wanted him to as a future, GOAT candidate, as an all-time great, as a guy that was number 2 in the MVP race. He didn't really show up in game 5. He didn't really show up in game 2 and 3. Game 4 and game 1, he played excellent. He played good. He played great. I wouldn't say excellent. I wouldn't say superb. He played great in game, 6. But his energy, the way he attacked the game, right? We talked about it numerous times on this pod about him showing up and playing aggressive from the jump. He did it on both sides last night. I got to give kudos. You see game 6. What do you want to talk about from game 6? Do you want us to go?
We can start off with Wemby due to the fact of, you know what I'm saying, how impressive he was the other night versus the OKC. I just think that Wemby, everybody knows. I think that he knows as well that he can be aggressive and take over the game at any point. But I also think sometimes, as young as he is, he just needs to learn how to find those spots better. I think the fact that he came out aggressive from the very beginning, I think it's what set the tone and the reason why they forced into game 7 now. I think they also, you ever heard the term, the team is moving off the beat of him. However he is how they're going to be, and if he came out aggressive, I think that kind of just lit a spark. Also, they had the viral clip of him talking on the bench to his team. I think stuff like that really matters. You got a guy that's taller than everybody in the entire league. He knows he's that guy. He doesn't really have to say anything to anybody. Guys get paid millions to do their job. But I think the fact that he cares at such a young age and is carrying a franchise on his back, I think he doesn't really have expectations to just win. I know that he's going to have in maybe 2-3 years, that's going to be on the line. But I will say this, I'm just really happy to see that we're seeing him grow into that superstar that we kind of envisioned when he first got into the league. And I think that's the big piece.
Can I pause you? I don't like it. I don't like the he's young, he gets a pass. I don't like it because we don't do that. We don't do that with all-time greats. All-time greats do not get passes.
Well, I don't think he's all-time great conversation right now.
I mean, that's where everybody wants this to head. Why? That's what his potential says. That's what he was drafted to be. I mean, I'm watching everything I'm seeing. I'm watching YouTube Shorts today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a podcast that did Would You Rather with Wembanyama. And somebody said, would you rather have Wembanyama or the next top 3 picks? Would you rather have Wembanyama or the first 3 picks in this year's draft? Would you rather have Wembanyama or Cooper Flag in 12 first-round picks? Would you rather have Wembanyama or the Thunder Big 3? And everybody on that podcast chose Wembanyama over every one of those things. So if you're picking Wembanyama over Cooper Flag in 12 first-round picks, if you're picking Wembanyama over a core that already won a championship and everybody's 20 years old and a 2-time MVP in SGA, if you're picking Wembanyama over the next 3 number 1 overall picks, if you're picking Wembanyama over AJ Basanta, over Darren Peterson and Carlos Boozer, if you rather have him than all 3 of those guys, that means he's an all-time great. That means he's a guy that you have all-time great expectations on.
But right? I think this is why they listed us and not them. I think there's a difference between a guy that we've never seen before, a guy that's taller than any man that's ever played in the NBA. We're talking about, we got to understand, I'm not here to deny his skills or say that just because he's tall. The guy shoots threes at a high clip. The guy's ability to be able to have touch around the rim. Of course, he can dunk. Of course, he can get to the basket. He's taller than everybody, but he has skill. He can dribble the ball. We haven't seen this before. We've seen, we've seen a 6'6" guy and a 6'3" guy and a 6'8". We've seen AJ DeMassa before. We haven't seen this, so I can understand why you have GMs, you have journalists that are saying they're willing to go this route. But at the same time,
over Cooper Flag and 12 first,
the guy he's still got a couple years. I will say that his clock is accelerated. He's on the tier of.
They won 60 games this year.
Hear me out. He's a superstar, but I feel like, and that's to give context to what we're talking about. I feel as though guys that are top 10 picks, projected to be franchise changers, okay?
He's not projected to be a franchise changer.
They should be on a 3-year trajectory. By their 3rd year, they should definitely have made an all-star team or, you know what I'm saying, made significant strides in their game before we get to questioning about their playoff and the playoff achievements and accolades. I think that's a reasonable statement, though.
He won 60 games this year,
I understand, but
their team is probably, if not the first, maybe the 2nd or 3rd deepest team in the NBA. All right.
I think
They have the 6th man of the year. They have a former franchise player in De'Aaron Fox, who's still in his prime. They have the last year's rookie of the year, 2 years ago, rookie of the year, Stephon Castle. They have Dylan Harper, who's a top 3 pick. They have Devin Vassell, who's making $100 million. We already talked about Keldon Johnson. They have Champagne, who's turned into one of the great role players, one of the great 3-and-D guys in the league. They have Harrison Barnes, a champion. They have Luke Cornett, who's a champion from the Boston Celtics. They have Plumlee on the bench. They have Olynyk on the bench, even though they rarely play. They have Mitch Johnson, who's from the Greg Popovich coaching tree.
Right now.
I mean, you said what?
You're saying they're supposed to. So you're saying with all this, they're supposed to win right now?
Dude, they beat the Thunder in the regular season.
I know.
They beat the Thunder in the regular season. They were in the NBA Cup championship. This is stuff that matters. Why does it matter? Because the Knicks are also won the NBA Cup championship and they're in the finals. De'Aaron Fox said it earlier this year. If you do well in the NBA Cup, you usually do well in the playoffs. Well, it's been holding true. It's been holding true. So the Pacers did well last year. The Pacers made it to the finals. Yes, Wemby does not get a pass. He has all you, and this is why he doesn't get a pass, because of what you said. We've never seen nothing like this before. He has the skill set to do it. He has the wow factor to do it. He has all the projections and the praises of an all-time great. So if you have the projections and the praises of an all-time great, you need the pressures of an all-time great. He needs the pressures. Michael Jordan didn't get a pass when he couldn't beat the bad boy Pistons.
So the guy,
LeBron James didn't get a pass.
Oh, he's an all-time great, bro. I need to hear this. So there's 2 things that I want to ask. Just because he's taller than any person that's ever gotten in the league and he's talented, he's an all-time great. He hasn't proven anything in the playoffs yet besides this run he's doing right here. That's my first question. We're going to list him an all-time great because of that. And then my second question to you becomes, and I said that, you know what I'm saying, I don't think he should be judged too hard because he's still young. I do believe in expectation. I don't believe that we should be just judge saying he should win right now. Do they have a good team? Yes. But he's never had playoff experience, so what do we expect if he doesn't win the ring? You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You're telling me the guy he has to win his rookie season? What year is he in right now? His 3rd? His 3rd season, chat. Look, if he's in his 3rd season, then I've come to what I said is literally true.
He's in his 3rd season.
And then what I said is true.
No.
What I said was true then.
No, this is no, it's not. First of all, when you're in the GOAT debate,
you
don't have a soundboard for a reason. When you're in the GOAT debate, first of all, you don't get a pass. You do not get a pass. I'm tired of that, bro. LeBron didn't get passes when he was young.
But is he the
GOAT? Get passes when he was young?
LeBron, I'm talking about Wemby. We're not talking about Wemby as the GOAT, though. How can you talk about a guy that has...
He's not talking about Wemby as the GOAT. Everybody's expectation for Wembanyama is to be the GOAT of basketball. He's put it on himself in the national media. Everybody has said he's got the potential to do it. It's time to put the pressure on him to do it. He's had enough time to grow. He's going to be a perennial defensive player of the year candidate. He's already getting love for the MVP in year 3. He won 60 games in year 3. He's on the Spurs. We know what they do with big men. He gets the pressure of winning, of having to win. He doesn't get a pass this year. They're in the game 7 with the defending champs, the team that they beat in the regular season on the series.
Just because you have a baked potato and you throw it in the microwave don't mean it's ready, Joe. You got to put it in the oven. You got to let it cook. And the analogy is to say, just because you have a talented player.
You're exposing yourself right now, man.
What
are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
Just because
what is going on right now?
It doesn't mean he's supposed to be great right now. He's shown good signs of him.
No. You have to be great right away.
I disagree with you.
You have to be great right away. If you want to be the GOAT, you have to be great right away.
Talented. I don't think you just automatically have to take.
GOATs are great right away. If you're not, we've already seen players that were great right away. Huh?
That's my take on that. Saying give a guy.
No, not guys for GOAT conversation. I understand normally, but not guys for the GOAT conversation.
I'm not putting
Cooper Flag. Yes, Cooper Flag. Take your time to develop.
I think that's GOAT conversation. Third season?
What? Yes, third season. Yes. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? This is
third season.
What?
Everybody, bro. Yes, you should be on your second All-Star. You should have a Rookie of the Year,
bro.
Like these. What are we talking about here? This guy is an All-NBA guy,
real stuff.
MVP.
Ain't 5 players better than him right now, and you talking about GOAT conversation?
Yes, I am. Why are you approaching this like I'm crazy or something?
Because
why are you approaching this like everybody doesn't have the same expectation for Victor Wembanyama?
You have I agree. They have an expectation for him to accomplish a whole bunch of things in the league and to be the face of the league. In order to be the face of the league, you have to be that guy and to turn into a generational player. But I won't say that he's in the GOAT conversation today or tomorrow. Or even, hold on, and even if he wins the finals, I'm not going to say he's in the GOAT conversation. The man got 1 ring. Technically, he wouldn't be better than Shea. This is crazy. Look.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Man,
you're hurting my heart right now, man. Because right now we got to start questioning. We got to start questioning your basketball card. Like, what's going on here?
Come on now.
The expectation for Victor Wembanyama from day one was the GOAT. Is the GOAT.
Answer this question. Put your hand up for me. I solemnly swear, you know what I'm saying? I tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I solemnly swear.
You know what I'm saying? Look, man, man got the Thor. Hey, man on the check got the Thor hand. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my question is, if Shea wins the final, listen, y'all. If Shea wins the finals and gets a second ring,
right,
going into next season before a game is played, are you saying that Wembanyama is better than Shea? But he's a generational. But he's in the GOAT conversation. Shea's not in the GOAT conversation.
You're correct. Why is Shea not in the GOAT conversation?
I'm looking.
Why is Shea not in the GOAT conversation? Why is Giannis not in the GOAT conversation? Why is Jokic not in the GOAT conversation? Because they weren't great right away.
What?
That's
Kobe
why.
Bryant. What? Don't, man. We're not gonna go there.
Kobe Bryant won a ring by year 3, did he not?
He had Shaq, brother, and I'm the biggest Kobe. I'm the biggest one out there. I'm the biggest Kobe fan out there.
Every year they won a finals, Kobe hooped in the playoffs, did he not?
Cause we ain't gonna have the conversation. You put Shaq versus Wemby, we'll see what happened. And man, talking, bro. Look. They don't want to talk about that. Man called the man the GOAT conversation. And if you put Shaq out there, they wouldn't be able to air it on television. Cuz, man, come on, man. We gotta keep moving. I can't keep listening to this, man.
Listen, you're getting confused. Nobody is saying that Wemby is the GOAT right now.
That's what you just said.
No. That's not what I said. He's in the conversation,
which is crazy,
for being one of those players when it's all said and done to be the GOAT. They're kind of doing like what they did to LeBron with, right? Everybody, it's consensus that Michael Jordan was the GOAT when he retired. Can you agree with that?
Yeah.
Can you agree with that statement?
100%.
It was consensus, right? Kobe matched him, word for word, bar for bar, skill set, talent. He might have even succeeded him in skill set, but he didn't win the 6 rings. He did have a bad rookie year. He did literally throw a playoff series against the Suns.
He
did 1 out.
Okay.
He did one out. He did force Shaq out. He did want to get traded to the Chicago Bulls, right? But then he recaptured his greatness and he won, those 2 championships with Pau Gasol and when Phil Jackson came back to the team. But then, he got hurt, and the last couple of years were pretty embarrassing to watch. But so much greatness from Kobe we've seen over the years. There's a large contingency of Kobe fans that will put him in that conversation. Go. Third all time. What?
He was third all time in scoring when he retired.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, nobody cares.
But if we're being for real, we know that Kobe Bryant's the GOAT, and that's a different conversation for another day. Which is why I can't listen to this. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan was nice. He was great. LeBron is cool. You know what I mean? LeBron will always be number 2. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. He's the greatest small forward. I'll say this. We'll get off this. LeBron is the greatest small forward all time.
All right. Yeah. Next conversation. What do you like? What do you like in this Thunder Spurs? What do you like?
I dislike both teams, to be honest with you. So I don't care who wins. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, but to be quite frank, I want to see good basketball. And you know who played better basketball? The Spurs. And I hate the Spurs. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna say this on live. Greg Popovich. I don't like what the franchise. Hey, all the Spurs. I got plenty of ammo for you, but I want to go back to what we're talking about. They're playing the Spurs with Mitch Johnson. This rendition of the Spurs, I can get down with this because they all hoop. You know what I mean? This OKC flopping BS, I can't get down with that. It's blatant. Of it. They get 25 points every night. I think that if you stop giving him calls, his average would go down to about 25. That's just being real. I think that when Wemby's out there, he's getting fouled a lot, and they don't call it, and he plays through a lot, so I give credit there. And I think that the Spurs, if I'm being honest, have so many actual weapons. I think the OKC Thunder's team, to be real with you, is a bunch of starters. Even the guys on the bench are starters. But when it comes to the Spurs, you have guys that really could be like franchise players. You got Dylan Harper, who's really a franchise point guard. Yeah, I mean, you got who's starting in front of him? Fox. De'Aaron Fox. Hey, you know what's crazy? De'Aaron Fox made the All-Star team. That's some BS. But he made the All-Star team. And you know what I'm saying? That BS? And he's not even going to be there next year.
He's not going to be where next year?
Spurs.
Yeah, you're bugging. I'm not going to lie. Is your goal to go viral? Is that what your goal is?
No, my goal is to tell the truth. Yeah, hey,
what your goal is?
Dylan Harper not going to start next year?
Dylan Harper could start next year, but he's not going. He's not going to be replacing De'Aaron Fox.
Let's go over the starting lineup now. We're talking Spurs, OKC. Spurs. Right. At point guard, we have De'Aaron Fox starting right now.
Right.
At the 2, who's starting?
Stephon Castle.
At the 3, Vassell. Right? At the 4, who do we have?
Champagne.
No, Champagne. Yeah, Champagne. And then at the 5, we got Wemby. Okay, now look. At the 2, is Stephon Castle going to go to the bench next year? Okay, stay with me here. Is small forward, even if we move a step on to small forward, even though I think this dude is trash, Vassell, he robbed the Spurs of $125 million. Robbed. Stone cold. Nasty with it. But I'm going to leave that there. I feel bad for the city of San Antonio. The way
they won 62 games this year.
That man averages 12 points, and then y'all get
13.
$140 million. 5 years.
He averaged 13.
Trash. Trash. And that's not the point.
He plays both ways.
They give him. He does play both ways.
Defense. You see the job he's doing on SGA right now? Do you see the job he's doing on SGA right now?
Doesn't matter.
He plays defense.
He's worse.
See what J-Dub did last night?
He's worth $80 million at the max. He robbed the city of San Antonio. Somebody go lock him up. Now, let's get back to what we're talking about here. Is he going to go to the bench? No, because they're paying his sorry ass. They're paying him. Now, go back to the starting lineup. You're telling me De'Aaron Fox.
You just said Devin Vassell isn't going to go to the bench because he's getting paid, but De'Aaron Fox is, and he's getting $200 million? No,
De'Aaron Fox is going to be out of here next season. They're going to trade him, brother. I hope you look at the cap. You got to look at the cap. Somebody has to get this man a map. Look at the cap. It doesn't work. The guy just made an all-star team. You're giving him You're giving De'Aaron Fox max money? Spurs. All right, Mitch Johnson. You giving that man $300 million? Okay, then.
He doesn't have the $300 million max.
Is he coming back on the team-friendly deal? Let's talk basketball now. Is he coming back on the team-friendly?
Wemby's on his rookie deal.
Stephon Castle's about to be up.
Yeah, Stephon Castle's on his rookie deal.
He's finna be up for rookie match.
Dylan Harper's on his rookie deal.
You're not hearing me. You're not hearing.
Stephon Castle. This is his third. This is his what? Second year in the league. Third year in the league. Nah, it can't be the third because it's Wemby's third.
Second. He's going into third. What happens in third year? Rookie extension.
It's his second year, so he has 3 more years on his rookie deal.
No, he has one more year until they offer him an extension. You don't get offered an extension. You get offered an extension in your third year.
Even though he gets the extension, he'll still play his last 2 years on the team option.
You're gonna give him. He's not
still play
150 million himself. Then you got
another. He'll get the extension.
Million.
Dude, you gotta listen.
And then you're gonna pay.
You gotta listen. You're just talking right now. You gotta listen. Even though he'll get the extension, he still gets to play the last 2 years on the 2-year team option. That'll happen. Wemby will play the last 2 years on his team option. That'll happen. Dylan Harper still has 4 more years on his rookie contract. They're fine.
We'll see who'll be right at that. We'll see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see who's gonna be right. That's all I can really say. He's not gonna be on the team, and when he's not, look, you can go back and watch clips.
He's about 2 years away from even thinking, even like the team even thinking about trading. This is wild. What I'm hearing from you tonight is wild.
What I'm gonna tell
you need to be stopped.
What I'm gonna tell the future right now, Dylan Harper, unless he has a Sweet McCain, unless he has I forgot his first name, McCain that got traded.
Jared McCain.
Yeah, Jared Sweet McCain. Unless it ends up like him, where he falls off the cliff and then gets traded to the OKC and then has a revival. It's over with, bro. They're gonna start him next season, bro. The man is too good. Unless you're telling me he's gonna be 6 man when Keldon Johnson is a 6 man.
Keldon Johnson's getting $100 million, but who's gonna be 6 man?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell. Look. He just keeps digging himself a hole. There's too many.
What are you talking about?
Somebody has to go. Who's going?
They have 3 guys on the rookie deal. What are you talking about? Rookie contracts, when you're drafted in the top 5, they're 5-year contracts. 3 of them are guaranteed. 2 of them are 2-year team options. What are you talking about?
You're telling me.
Hey, look at the contracts.
5-year contract.
You go look at the salary cap table year by year. All right, and then come back to this conversation.
Dylan Harper on a 5-year.
You're bugging right now.
Answer that.
Yes, you're bugging right now.
This is crazy. This is crazy what I'm hearing right now. Leave it to him, y'all. What's his name is gonna start for you? Darren Fox. He's gonna be your starting point guard next season. We'll leave it there. Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
Darren Fox will be the starting point guard for the Spurs next year. Yes.
All right. Hey. Good luck with that, brother. That's all I can say for you.
Okay. Let's move on to the next topic, man.
Max Kellerman take right there.
No, it's not. It's not a Max Kellerman take right there. 1, 2. Max Kellerman was a great debater.
He is.
I'm not gonna lie.
Disrespect to Max Kellerman.
Let's get into this FIFA World Cup, man. Let's get into this FIFA World Cup. I think the people have heard enough of you talking today. I'm not gonna lie. I think we've heard enough of Miguel. Hey, we love Miguel. He's a great guy. Go check out the Dream Chasing podcast on TikTok. He's going up. He's doing numbers. They call me Miguel on Instagram. Go check him out, man. He's man. Hey, let's get into this FIFA World Cup, man. I know you got some questions for me.
Yeah.
I know you guys can see it. I know we got the Liverpool banner up there. I mean, let's get into it, man. FIFA World Cup in America. The Team USA is training right now down in Atlanta at their brand new nice facility. Over $50 million they put into it, over 17 fields. Great facility, indoor facility. The U.S. soccer players finally have a home, women and men's. We all know 3 countries the World Cup is going to be in. Mexico gets the opening game. America gets the final in New Jersey, in MetLife Stadium. It's a lot to be excited about. The rosters came out. A lot of people were, kind of, I don't know. I don't think the roster reveal was too controversial for Team USA. People didn't like Diego Luna, didn't make it. People didn't like Tanner Testament. I think Tanner Testament was a bigger miss than Diego Luna. That's me personally. But, hey, we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot there, France, Portugal,
some of the
Brazil, Argentina. Is that your first question?
Yeah, I mean, just some of the, we just go over some of the tournament favorites. Who do you got? Who is the team that you feel like is the most most on everybody's target? Team to beat. Coming into the World Cup. What do you think?
I mean, the team that won last time was Argentina. I don't think Argentina is necessarily the team to beat, but they're the reigning champions. So we're going with Argentina as the team to beat. We'll give them their credit. They have Lionel Messi, who a lot of people, recognize as, the best football player ever. So
Do you think the team is going to have fatigue from the how they get after they won when they come back and lax? So that's the first question. The second question: do you think just the fans that watch soccer are going to be like, Lionel Messi has been such a public figure, such a polarizing guy that people are going to be like, no, we want to see something else, though, and they're not necessarily rooting for him again. What do you think?
I think, well, Messi's been playing in America. You know that you've
Yeah,
been to some of those games,
yeah, from
Inter Miami and Nashville SC games. So I don't think necessarily he has a public fatigue. I think people in America have grown a liking to him. He's obviously, grown the viewership of the MLS exponentially. Lionel Messi is such a beloved figure worldwide. He's one of the most followed people on social media. Any tournament that has Lionel Messi, he's gonna have his fair share of supporters. He'll also have his haters. Obviously there's the Cristiano Ronaldo crowd, and that's gonna be another team to look out for here. But no, I don't think they'll have any fatigue. I think what they did was 4 years ago, and everybody on that team will tell you it was the best day of their life when they won. When they went back home, when they had the parade, they want that again. So no, I don't think the team will have fatigue. I don't think the fans will have fatigue. I think that they earn the right to be the team to beat. They're probably not as probably France, but they've earned the right to be the team to beat because they're the reigning world champion.
Word. What's a team or a dominating team that's that you expect to see that you feel like is going to let down or disappoint?
Everybody, it's kind of kind of a running joke. I think England will probably, disappoint us. The England fans aren't really, too high on them. They have them quarterfinal, maybe semifinal. Nobody really expects them to make the final, and I think it's kind of a coping mechanism for those guys because they definitely have the talent to do it. They have the coaching to do it. They have the infrastructure and the skill sets and in the history, the tradition to do it. But I do think that they will eventually disappoint and let them down. I think he let off too much talent. He's going for his style, his way. But when you have the opportunity to make these like dream teams, we've seen it with Team USA basketball. Sometimes the coach goes a little too much on building a team and having players that have roles instead of getting star players to have a role.
Understandable.
You
Yeah.
know, I'd rather take the star players and make those guys play a role than getting a role player and letting him be a role player. I'd rather do that. So I think England will do that again, and will sadly disappoint.
What can't go wrong will go wrong is what you're basically saying.
Yeah, for those guys,
For those guys.
not for everyone.
What's up? I mean, the fact that we're even getting a game is going to be legendary. Like, I think this year is pretty open though. Would you say like out of the all the years that you've been watching like soccer, MLS, overseas, do you think that this is the most open, like where anybody could really take it? Anybody could really make a move? Like it's giving a little bit of like March Madness, the way I'm saying
Yeah.
teams are kind of like popping out.
Yeah, I would say there's a little bit more parity this time around, but France is dominant. France looks dominant. France, it looks like it's France's to lose, but they do have some competitors. Spain, won the Euros. Lamine Yamal, Rodri. If those guys can come into that healthy, Argentina, the reigning champs, of course, Brazil. Neymar got called up. They'll have a large contingency here in America. Those four major powerhouses will probably be in or around. Obviously, England as well. Those 4 to 5 major powerhouses will be in and around the final. But this is definitely the largest, World Cup field we've ever seen. The way the group stages are kind of set up and the way the tournament is set up, and it's soccer, you just have to survive for 90 minutes. And then anything can happen. So, hey, I think this will be an interesting World Cup for sure.
I just think that also we're kind of getting to a point now, also in soccer, where we need to start seeing some young talent arise. Though, I still feel like they have polar stars. The sport itself just being so vast. But when we talk about like the Neymars, when we talk about the Ronaldos, when we talk about the Messis, these guys are not getting younger. These big names are not getting younger at all. And you still think like they can carry it, like they can do it. This is what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned like, do you still see Lionel Messi like not having like he's old? I'm not. Soccer's a different game. Ronaldo, he's keeping his body in phenomenal shape. Messi's always been in phenomenal shape as well. But do you still think these guys can do it at that level that they need to do it on the world stage, not just for their respective clubs?
One thing, that's kind of, repeated in the world of football, in the world of soccer, is that, form is temporary, but talent, what's the word they actually specifically use. Form is temporary, but talent, but technique, structure, all that is forever. And those guys, what they can do. I know I'm saying the phrase wrong. I'm sorry, guys, but those guys, Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, those guys, they'll be all right. They'll be fine. They just got to come into it healthy. If they come into it healthy, they'll be all right. They'll put on performances. We don't even know if Neymar will play because he hasn't really been with the international team, and it was actually kind of a surprise that he did get called up. But Messi and Ronaldo, they'll play. They'll start. They'll be major parts of teams that are probably going to go pretty far in the tournament. So yeah, I do think those guys can carry, but also they don't have to carry. I mean, they did such a good job for their country, and they're at an age and they're at a point in their career where all the guys that are on their team, they're probably one of the one or two oldest people on that team, and all the young guys look up to those guys. They look up to those guys. Those are their idols. Those are their guys that those are their captains. Those are guys that they're willing to run through brick walls for, and they will. So they don't have to carry as much. They have talent, right? Argentina has Julian Alvarez. They have Enzo Fernandez. They have guys that have done it, literally done it, have won the World Cup. Portugal for Ronaldo. They have Bruno Fernandes. They have Vitinha. They have these guys that have gone on and won Champions League, have won Premier League players of the seasons. So they don't have to carry as much. Neymar, obviously, he's in Brazil. They have a Vinny Jr. They have Acuna who's been playing well. So these guys don't have to carry, anymore. They have, young guys that are ready to take up the mantle.
Do you think this is going to be the year where we see some emerging guys, emerging stars, really
for sure,
before our eyes? Though I think,
for sure.
Like I said, though, the sport is so vast. It's not to say that there aren't already, but I just feel like polarizing. I think there's going to be some talent that really shows itself, but also from teams that you might not expect. What's some teams, Joe, that you think that might come out of the wind, might come out of in like the dark horse team? Who's a team
dark horse team
that you feel like can really make some noise?
I don't want to be an American here, but I have to be an American. I have to say America. A host nation, a team that has a very favorable grouping in the group stage. I think those guys can make some noise. I think Canada can also make some noise. I don't want to sound like a homer for the North American teams, but also another host nation, another team that has been growing steadily and has kind of been waiting for their moment in the sunlight, in the spotlight. But realistically, unbiasedly, I got to go for Netherlands. I think Netherlands is a dark horse. They've been building something. The orange of Netherlands, the fan base, they'll show up, they'll show out. Virgil van Dijk, Cody Gakpo. I mean, maybe it's because of Liverpool, but
yeah,
I think what I've been seeing from their team, consistently doing well in Euros, consistently building the World Cup run that they had last year, losing in heartbreaking fashion to Argentina, the eventual champions. I think they're 4 years older, obviously, now. They're going to miss Xavi Simons. They're going to miss Jeremy Frimpong. But they're such a deep team. They're such a well-balanced team in terms of from the front to the back. They have Memphis Depay. They have, Cody Gakpo. They have a great midfield, a midfield that can be, the best on any day. And in the back line, they might have the best collective back line of any team,
you think
of any team in the world. So, yeah, I think that's my dark horse team, the Netherlands.
Who do you got
Yeah.
Who do you got getting the golden ball, though? And
Who do I have getting the golden ball?
Who's going to be the best guy out here? Give me your top 5 guys.
Mbappe probably will win the golden ball. It's a gimme, but Mbappe.
He's super, but you just think he automatically is going to go to him?
Yeah. Mbappe. France is going to probably go very far in this thing. I mean, they're the deepest team. They have the experience. They won a World Cup 8 years ago. They were in the final 4 years ago. They're consistently the team to beat in the Euros. They do well in the Euros. They did well in their qualifiers. So they're going to go very far. Mbappe is going to score a lot of goals. You talked about Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi, the guys that are usually at the top getting a little bit older. Well, Mbappe is in his prime. He has something to prove. He usually does well with his national team. He'll be playing in position. He has so much talent around him, and those guys respect him as the best player on his team. So when you have talent and those guys respect you as the best player, man, it makes your job a lot easier. So I got to go with Mbappe getting the gold ball. Obviously, Messi will be in and around there. Obviously, maybe even a Vinny Jr., maybe even a Lamine Yamal. So look out for Lamine Yamal.
If Mbappe gets that golden ball, though, does that in his legacy?
Does it cement his legacy? No, but I think it helps his legacy for sure. Mbappe's, international legacy has already been cemented. It's already sealed. He's one of the greatest international players ever. He's already has his World Cup. He already had, he got his golden boot from last World Cup. He scored 3 goals in a World Cup final. Now it's about club success. He needs Champions Leagues. So World Cup success, yes, it'll help him because of the shortcomings that he's having in club success. But he needs the club success. He needs the club success. It's not a surprise to anybody. It's not it's not. This is not breaking news. He needs the club success, but this can help. It can help, but it won't cement it at all.
I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, hey, I'm hoping, I'm rooting for like a great series. I think the World Cup is going to be amazing. The fact that we even get to host it at the MetLife Stadium is going to be phenomenal. I just think, and I guess maybe I'm a home person too, but if we make some noise, can this be the year where America finally gains some respect from the rest of the world in the atmosphere of soccer? I just think that we do really well, but I don't think we always get the respect that our players kind of deserve at a point because they feel as though the MLS is very weaker than overseas football. But if we make
Yeah,
some noise, we get to like, what do you think?
the MLS first and foremost is weaker than overseas. Let's get that out there. Let's get that out the way. Granted, this is probably America's most talented team we've ever had. We've ever fielded. This is probably our most talented team in terms of guys going overseas, having success, in terms of what these guys have accomplished, the awards they've won, the trophies they've won, the teams that they've played for, the standards and the heights that they've reached. This is probably the most talented team.
No.
From that standpoint, these guys can make some noise. These guys can make some noise. They have to build on it. I mean, we have Pochettino who's done great things. He's been to Champions League finals. He's taken teams that, of lesser talent to finals and done well with them. But he's also had some shortcomings of himself, right? He got fired. That was the opportunity. That's how we got the opportunity to hire him. So, this is we'll see. We'll see. We haven't really seen this team together in 4 years. Whether it's been injuries, whether it's been guys, not calling into certain camps, not playing in certain events that they felt weren't really worth their time, or maybe they felt like, their club season was so important that, risking injury or risking, fatigue coming back into that season wasn't worth it. So these guys can make some noise, will they? It remains to be seen. But this is the most talented team. This would be the team to do it, to make noise, and this would be the event in the time to do it. Doing it on your home soil, doing it in front of Americans. The final being in America, most of the games being in America. So this is the time to do it for those guys.
If they do, hypothetically speaking, if they do, what does that do for the MLS?
I mean, it does. I don't think it does really too much for the MLS. Honestly, I think Messi's success could play a lot into the maybe long term success of the MLS. I think more stars would be willing to come over maybe a little bit earlier, kind of like Messi did around the age of 32, 33, maybe coming to America and skipping Saudi Arabia and the money that they get over there. So, maybe that plays a part into it, but I don't think it really would do much for the MLS. But I do think it would do a lot. This event is going to do a lot for America soccer because of the names that are in it, because Neymar's in it, because Ronaldo's in it, because Messi's in it, because Mbappe's in it, because Lamine Yamal is in it, because we're the host nation, because this is the most talented team we've ever fielded. A lot of young eyes are going to be on the World Cup. It's already the most viewed sporting event in history.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's going to be the most viewed event in America because it's, America's so broad, it's so vast. It's the tournament is being held in so many different cities. So many different people are going to be able to get introduced to this sport, are going to be forced to be introduced to this sport because it's going to be on every sports bar. It's going to be on every TV. It's going to be in every, Target. It's going to be in every Sam's Club. It's going to be in every Costco, right? These games are going to be on the TVs all over the planet because of the localness of it, the access to it, and the spectacle that is the World Cup. So this is going to do a lot for American soccer in an adverse way. It's going to help the MLS in talent long term because so many young guys are going to be watching it. So many young guys are going to be wanting to, be on MLS next teams, and they're going to take the game a little bit more serious. to have the opportunity to be in that next World Cup, to have the opportunity to be on that next, Olympics, because the Olympics is also coming here in a couple of years. So
Is this the first time that we've hosted? I'm asking
no,
you.
it's not the first time. We've hosted before. We hosted when Atlanta, and that was the Olympics.
All right.
But we hosted some time ago.
Okay, so we hosted before. My question is, what is that going to do on just travel? Like, I've never seen it, so I'm just curious. Do you think it's going to be overwhelming, or do you think it's something that we've seen before because of other sports like football that are extremely popular here?
I think travel could play a part into it. I'm not gonna lie. I think travel could play a part into it, but everybody's kind of in the same boat on that one because most of our players that are on the international team of America play overseas. Their schedule is of an overseas schedule. They're gonna have to be on the same flights that those other countries are on. Maybe they got here a little sooner, but none of those guys live here year round, right? All these guys have probably just bought a house in Atlanta or are renting a house or maybe have an Airbnb in Atlanta, just like all the other teams. Maybe they don't even have, maybe they have a hotel. So the travel from that standpoint is going to be, different. I kind of think it'll be similar to most guys as a Champions League night. America's is a wide country, when they're traveling to these different stadiums, to these different cities. This is the first World Cup that's in 3 different countries. So obviously that plays a part into it as well. The travel could have an effect. Most people care more about the grass than the travel so far, but the travel could play a part into it as well, for sure.
Speaking on just travel and the media and how we're going to cover it, who's a team that you think is going to get overlooked, or the media is not going to show enough love to, that we can kind of give a shout out to, that you want to kind of see do good things?
I think Brazil is kind of getting overlooked here. I'm not gonna lie. I think Brazil's getting overlooked. I think Brazil's kind of getting written off. They have Carlo Ancelotti. People aren't really too high because Neymar hasn't had the greatest of seasons, because Vinicius Jr. hasn't had the greatest of seasons, because they don't really have an out and out number 9 striker that they can get the ball to. Rafinha's coming back off an injury. A lot of their guys in the back line, I think they're getting overlooked. I do, because of the roster construction. But I think that's an easy answer. I'm gonna go with a little tougher answer, and I've already said Netherlands.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Maybe Senegal. Maybe Senegal. America plays them a couple of days. Maybe Senegal is a team that's being a little overlooked here. They won AFCON. They're one of the best teams in AFCON. I think 2 back-to-back. So maybe they're a team that's being overlooked here. I love Sadio Mane, of course.
No, I think Senegal is definitely a sleeper team. When you said something interesting, we need to go back for a quick second to rehash something. You were talking about Brazil, and you said that obviously you believe that they're not getting talked about because they had bad seasons and injury concerns. If all this is going on, isn't that the reason why they're not being talked about? If Neymar didn't have a great season, right? Is there anything to really be excited about? He hasn't shown us that he's okay when he's in form, and that when he goes to his national team that he's going to do something amazing. And so I want to know where you get your belief from, because to me, from what you just said, it doesn't sound like they were supposed to get talked.
It's Brazil, man. It's Brazil. Brazil deserves to be talked about. Brazil is the 4-time, 5-time winners of the world winners. They're the most dense talent country in the world. Maybe it's Brazil. That's where the belief comes from. That's it's just kind of, I don't know. It's hard to put into words. The answer is it's Brazil. It's Brazil. It's Neymar. It's Vinicius Jr. It's Marquinhos. It's Alisson Becker. It's Rafinha. It's Cunha. It's Guimaraes. It's Casemiro. It's Fabinho. It's Militao. I don't think Militao made the roster, but it's Brazil. It's Gabriel. It's Brazil.
Okay. I just
It's Carlo Ancelotti.
You're one of those people that are, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And Neymar.
Yeah. He was hurt.
We're just
He's fighting back from injury. He was hurt.
Get up and just, I'm not saying you suck, but you ain't been crispy, my guy. And when he said he's just gonna go on the
hurt.
Just perform.
He was hurt. He deserves a little slack. The slack that you want to give to Wemby, he deserves.
Who's your team that you're rooting for outside of the US?
There it is. Yeah, it's the quote is, form is temporary, but class is permanent. And those guys are classy guys.
Class is permanent. No.
What'd you say? What's the next question?
What is your favorite team outside of the U.S.?
My favorite team outside of the U.S. is probably that's in it, that's made it. I think I like to watch. I like to watch the Netherlands. I like to watch Brazil.
What is it about their play style that you enjoy?
The Netherlands or Brazil?
The Netherlands. Brazil is Brazil.
I like they play fun. They play a fun style of basketball. I said basketball. Football. You know, we all know about Johan Cruyff and what he's done to the game of football.
For clip purposes, ask that one more time so we can get a good quality answer. When you think about Netherlands being a fun team that you like to watch in your free time, and they actually made it, so you get a chance to see what they do on the big stage. What is it about their play style that you actually enjoy watching?
Again, like I said, Johan Cruyff and what he's brought to soccer. They have so many fun guys, so many guys that make football fun. Gravenberch, Reinders, what he's done at Man City, what he did at Milan. Frankie de Jong, what he's doing at Barcelona. Cody Gakpo usually always shows up for the Orange. Memphis Depay and the shows that he was putting on in Brazil this year. We all know the defender that Virgil van Dijk can be. He's played a lot of minutes. Van de Ven, the type of guy that he is, Nathan Ake. And in their crowd, the fans, the way they show up for their team, the way they do these orange outs, the way they'll have the orange smoke going, the way they'll turn up every city that they're in. They travel with the team. They believe in the team. They'll sing the songs. And then Cruyff ball is in full effect. They just play good football there, and they've been building. They've been building. They're not one of the traditional, powerhouses, but they should be. And I think they'll do well this time around. I do.
No, awesome. Is there any other things that we haven't touched that you like to touch on before we get out of here?
I mean, I think there's
I got a fun question for you. How about this? I got something for you. When we talk about, MLS, and we talked about our guy playing for Miami International Pool, their jersey being
Miami.
what's a fun jersey? Who has the best jersey in just all of soccer, in your opinion? Who has the best jerseys in all of soccer?
All of soccer, like in this World Cup.
Well, let's go World Cup. But I would like to see some fun stuff. I would like to see some jerseys.
Brazil's jersey is so iconic. They're gonna have a Jordan collab jersey. France's jerseys are iconic. They're gonna have a Jordan collab jersey. Obviously, Argentina's jersey is iconic. The orange of Netherlands. I'm gonna go with Mexico. I like Mexico's jerseys. They have the traditional Mexican, symbols inside at the jerseys. They always, make the colors of their jerseys, very cultural, and they usually do a great job of representing the Mexican flag on those jerseys. So I'm gonna go with the Mexican jerseys. I like the Mexican jerseys. Obviously, Brazil's jersey's iconic, and I like what I'm gonna see with the Jordan collab jerseys from what's been leaked. So I'll go with those two.
You go with those two?
Well, another great episode of Young Genius Sports Podcast. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys, of course, Miguel coming in, doing his thing. Make sure to check out the Dream Chasing Pod on TikTok. He just dropped a new video on Instagram today. They called me Miguel. Hey, another banger, right?
Banger.
Certified.
If you're not tapped in, you need to tap in. We're talking about Yes, sir, man.